Okay. If you leave it each sheet, then you can actually see this. So we'll just wash that over. Now the beauty of it is because I'm an excellent drawer, and I can show you. You see, I can draw here, down there, a bit shaky, but there we are, almost a perfect square. You see, and I can go over here and I can almost draw. I'll try it best I can with a bit of a sheet. Can almost draw a perfect circle. Why can I draw that? Because I've actually got it marked on the paper in pencil. But you can't see it there, can you? So it's a good aid memoir. And also, if I wanted to draw a map of, say, England, I could outline that and off I could go. If I wanted to do calculations very quickly, I'll see if I can get this done. Here, 2,450,064. There, multiplied by 5,303,700 equals 7,777,342. And then if I wanted to get 20% of that, you can see how I would be at a boardroom, can't you? It's these fantastic mathematicians that we're talking about here. And then we get 1,554,868.4. Wonderful calculation. Give a good impression to your employer. Now, if you're doing presentations, the kind of thing that you would do if you're all working together on an idea, you'd be doing a brainstorm competition. It's a good idea to remember, if you are tearing papers off and putting them on the walls, just remember to tear just a little bit on the perforation here before you start your presentation. And then it's just a simple matter of ripping it off and it comes off cleanly. Unfortunately, for some people, they tried this process and without that tear and the whole thing goes off. and then you have to say to somebody, oh, I'm terribly sorry about all that work you did. I ripped it in half. So just be aware of that. The flip chart is a wonderful provision for training and for giving out information, but it's only as good as the actual presenter. So there are a few tips there for you to take on board. So come back to our second item, and we're looking at the whiteboard. Now the whiteboard doesn't give you the flexibility often as the flip chart does, because obviously it's very exposed. Your writing is very exposed, everybody can see everything you're doing. So if you're worried about your writing, why not invest in something like this? Very, very simple. They are just a piece of card with blue tack on it. Very, very simple. So I could do that. And I've got two, oops, where's that gone? There. So if your writing is difficult, then just get a few cards. If it happens to be a metal whiteboard, fantastic, because then you can use metallic strips, which do help. And those metallic strips, you can buy this one there, you can buy those and stick them onto things, and it makes life so much easier. The other thing just to be aware of is that the board needs to be cleaned. It should not be cleaned with harsh detergent because that'll scratch it. You really need a whiteboard cleaner. What I'm going to do here is just to illustrate what can happen to you if you haven't got yourself prepared. So there you are, I've used two pens. One of them happens to be a permanent marker, and the other one is a flip chart pen or a whiteboard pen. So you can easily see the difference. I'm sorry if you can't see, Chief Executive, but if you just wipe that through there, it's left. Can be very, very embarrassing, but there is one way out of it, and that is very simple. Just another tip, just get your whiteboard marker, just go over that one there, like that, get your cloth, and it's gone. Simple process, because that can actually cause you a tremendous problem with whiteboards. Now, developing something let's develop some concept that's very involved here, just quickly before I move on. Now, here we have a diver. Takes off the board. See? He then spins in the air. He then comes out of that spin, and then he's ready for his entry. Simple concept that you can develop just by preparing a few simple things. Takes off the board, does his spin, and he's, oops, we're getting through the water, there we are, and he's in the water. So you can develop lots of things with very inexpensive apparatus and equipment. So finally, PowerPoint. There is a thing called death by PowerPoint. Most people know this. Yeah. But you need to use the PowerPoint as an aid for the audience, not an aid for the presenter. And that's where the problem is coming in. Masses and masses and masses of lists. You really need to make the PowerPoint work for the audience and not for the presenter. To give them something to look at so that they can build on and enhance what you've said as a presenter. And if you remember, I just used that simple illustration of that man pulling his hair out. That's a PowerPoint presentation clip art process. It's very, very simple. You can use all sorts of new photographs. You can use news clippings, you can use news themes, you can get onto any site you like and you can put it onto your PowerPoint. But make it relevant, make it an aid and not just something that helps the presenter. So I guess we're at the point then, folks, where I stop talking and ask you if you have any questions.